All right, guys, what's going on? We're back. Another trade recap today. Today we made $460.58. We're going to go ahead and get through everything, all the confluence. You guys know the drill. Everything that I went through, my thought process, everything that I took to take this trade. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it here. First off, Tuesday, I don't know why I'm in October. We didn't have any news today. So no news Tuesday. You can think of it as that. You can think of it as like, higher probability, whatever you want to think of. I'm definitely going to be trading, even if there's no news. Only day that I necessarily wouldn't, 100% be like I'm trading is a no news Monday, just because it's the start of the week. Anyways, we'll get into this recap real quick. So, as you can see here on ES, right, we've already filled this new week opening gap. Already filled this gap. On NQ, we hadn't yet, right? And we pushed down lower into here early in the morning in London session at 2 a.m. We pushed down into this gap. So at the same time, we're also pushing into this 4-hour fair value gap on ES. So we're thinking we're probably going to react off of this in some sort of way, right? It doesn't seem like we need to go any lower. There's no point. We might as well continue higher, right? That's what we're thinking. So we've got a reaction off of this new week opening gap. We've got a reaction off of this, right? Jump down to the 15-minute here. What I saw was this 15-minute gap here created and this 15-minute gap here created. And a lot of people sometimes they're like, oh, there's two gaps. Like, which one do you choose? Equilibrium. Equilibrium, 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 equilibrium. Equilibrium will help you guys so much with your trading if you just incorporate it into your strategy and add it to as a confluence, essentially, like extra confirmation. There's times when equilibrium will help you because some people will enter when it's not in equilibrium. They'll get stop rated, and then we'll tap into equilibrium, and then we'll continue. So I love trading off of equilibrium. It's just something that I like to do. Anyways, so for this instance, right, we're going to be choosing this fair value gap because it is the one that's in equilibrium. If we are going to continue to the upside, right, we want to be in a discount before smart money can buy again. So we're waiting for equilibrium of this little 15-minute, probably 30-minute leg right here. Yep, this 30-minute leg, right? So what happens? We come down and we retest this value, and we're in this gap basically when market opens, right? We're in this gap when market opens, and then we kind of push out here. I'll show you. So we push out here, market opens right here, and then what happens right away, right? So we have these lows right here. We barely swept this out. Well, what do, right? This is a little manipulation, right? Or sorry, we have some accumulation here. It looks like it in the lower time frames, right? A little accumulation. We have manipulation downwards. We sweep out these lows. We retap back into this. What's it called? We retap back into the new week opening gap, as well as technically retesting this 15-minute fair value gap. So now I'm looking for my entry. My entry is going to be the highest inversion of this manipulation leg back down into this gap, right? So for this instance, we did, I believe, have a 5-minute. However, I had very strong conviction that we were going to continue to the upside because, as you can see here, we have London highs intact, we have Asia highs intact, we have previous day highs intact, right? We had a ton of draws higher, so I knew we were gonna what's it called? I knew we were gonna close above no matter what, right? So what I did is I waited for this 3-minute inverse, and as you can see, this candle kind of got crazy, but we inverse this at 9:39. This up here, I was trying to target London highs, right? We didn't know if we wanted to go higher, right? So I was trying to target London highs. That would be a bad entry for me. My stops would be, way down here, whatever. I didn't want to take that entry. So what I did is I set a limit order right here at this beginning fair value gap on the 3-minute right here, right? And then I waited for that to get filled. If I got filled, then I got filled. If I didn't get filled, then I didn't get filled. We move on, right? So I ended up getting filled here at 9:47, as you can see right there. Caught a couple points in drawdown, and then we continued toward London high, and we hit my TP. Used this swing high right here as my break-even point. And we definitely could have targeted some higher stuff, but if you guys watched yesterday's trade recap, we tried to take too much of the pie, and we ended up going break even instead of being up around $450. So take your slices that you need. take only the parts that you need. We hit a little 1-to-1, 1.16, right? And we got our piece of the pie and got out. That's all we need in any given day, right? So if you can take those 1-to-1s every single day, you're going to be way better off than if you're trying to hit super high RR plays, you know. And that's just how I like trading. I would much rather win more days, right, than lose, but my winners are much bigger, right? I'd rather have consistent days, you know, winning with smaller profits, so then it's better for psychology, obviously. So, like, you know, I know there's at least going to be 2 winning days within my week. Sometimes people who trade like 3 RR or 4 RR, right, they don't even have 1 winning day in the week, because 1 win can make up for 4 losses. You know what I'm saying? So I like having more wins per week, right? Because it feels like you're winning more and you are winning more. So it's a lot better on your psychology. So anyways, just set my stops at this new week opening gap here. I didn't think we were going to even come close to that. I probably could have done this right here, right? But played it a little safe. We probably could have done a little play like this, you know, 1.5 R. But my draw was London high. Didn't need to, you know, get risky with my stop. Just wanted this right here, and we ended up getting it. So that right there, perfect for me. Also another reason that I didn't do that. So here, I'll show you. Here in the 3-minute, right? Equilibrium's everything. So if we find our equilibrium here, equilibrium of this 3-minute leg, right? We come down to the 1 minute. Equilibrium is this line right here, right? This fair value gap is not in equilibrium. However, this one is. So if price did want to, it probably could have grabbed some more liquidity from this gap that was also in equilibrium before continuing up, right? So that's why I had my stops below here. We just ended up only needing this one before we continued higher. But yeah, that was the trade I took today. Super simple, made around like $460, couple pennies as well. Super easy today, super simple. You know, our draws on liquidity were higher. We had draws higher, didn't really think we needed to go lower. And then this little AMD setup, retest of this, you know, all of that. Confluence. All you're doing is you're building a narrative to where price wants to go, right? That's literally all you're doing, guys. Super simple, super easy. So that is the trade I took today, and you guys know the drill. If I take a trade tomorrow, I'll catch you tomorrow. If I don't take a trade tomorrow, you won't see me, all right? But yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all that. It helps your boy out. But I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.